Hey everyone, welcome back to 4:44 p.m. Okay, so I had talked about this in my last video regarding this new Seiko 5 sports diver, or whatever you want to call it. Anyhow, I had mentioned that I was going to be modding it, so that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to be modding it to make it water resistant to 200 meters by putting it into one of my cases. So this is the SBSA025 Seiko 5 Sports with the 4R36 movement. This is not the North American versions. I don't know what the North American versions reference number is. I know it's like SRPD or something like that, but I don't know the number. But anyhow, this is the JDM version. I got it from Skywatches in Singapore before they decided to jack their prices up really high. So now they're out of stock. I don't know why they chose to raise their prices, but I guess because demand's high for them. I don't know. Anyhow, so this is it in its factory Seiko finish with drilled lugs and everything. And then, as you can see, this is one of my cases, and the finish, let's do this, finish is exactly the same. As you can see there, drilled lugs, finish is exactly the same. So, but this has a screw down crown. So I'm going to be making this look like this, but with a few changes. So instead of having the clear exposition case back like you see here, I'm going to have one of my custom case backs with a bead blasted finish. Going to be using this bezel off of here, but removing the insert and using this ceramic insert from DLW that looks like the standard Seiko bezels from the original SKX, but with the stealth non-colored minute counter on there. And then I've colored the loom pip to match the overall theme of the watch. And I'm going to stick with the flat crystal theme. So I have a flat sapphire crystal from DLW that's going to be going on it. And I'm going to be getting rid of this chapter ring and using one of DLW's matte black chapter rings. And then for the screw down crown, I'm going to have a matte black signature S crown. Obviously I'm going to need a crystal gasket. So I got one of my crystal gaskets. Some adhesive for the bezel insert. Of course, I have to use one of my favorite gaskets from Cousins in the UK. This is their generic Seiko OEM version, Swiss-made gaskets for the case back. These are the best OEM replacement gaskets, and you get them fairly cheap, or inexpensive, I should say. One thing I will have to do though, in order to use my case back with this, because this case back is the case back that is designed for the NH36 movement. It has the extra added lip on there to take up all the gap that would be in the case if you were using the thinner threaded OEM case backs from Seiko with the large see, on these, they use the large black movement dial holder ring, and so that's what takes up all the space. On the NH36s, they use the thinner gray dial holder movement ring, and therefore you need this extra lip on the case back in order to make sure that the case back screws down flush against the movement and holds it in place. So I'm going to be switching that out off of the movement that's in here, and that's fine because I have to take these hands off anyhow and realign this these hands, because if you look, you can see that they don't line up very good. In fact, I think if you go to the 6 o'clock, you can see it's a little off there on the bottom. So yeah, I'm gonna be fixing all that. But anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna get started on it, and then when I'm done, I'll have a new Seiko 5 Sports official diver. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is take the bezel off, but first I'll show you real quick my little wrist check. I'm wearing a SKX that I did a while back. It's a watch that was pretty beat up, and I bead blasted the case and put it together as a nice little watch to just sport around as a daily beater, you know. But anyhow, all right, let's get to it. So sometimes I'll use this tool to remove the bezel depending on the clearance in between the case and the bezel, but majority of the time I use this one right here. So I'll go ahead and feed this into the crack there. Oh, that's already loosened up. All right, so we got the bezel off there. Let's go ahead and remove this. Okay, so there it is. It's all done. I think it looks pretty good. Bezel action feels a lot better. And the hands are lined up now perfectly, and switch over exactly at midnight. There it is. Sapphire crystal. Ceramic bezel insert, utilizing the original bezel. Screw down crown. Winding. Hacking. So I ended up not needing to change out the dial holder around the movement ring dial holder. Apparently the new ones that go in the Seiko 5 Sports are the exact same width as the gray ones that come on the NH36A. So they're no longer using the big thick black SKX dial holder around the movement. Here's all the original parts that were taken off. The original case, chapter ring, and the original Hardlex crystal. Oh, and the non-screw down crown. All right, thanks for watching the finish. This Crafter Blue CB10 carbon textured rubber strap. Oh, and it's for sale.